Hmm. "22. Master Builder. Or so the saying goes, the story goes. The harpoon was thrown into the void and reason was pulled back through the symbology of number. Makes sense though to me. 2 11s. Speaking of numerology, I'm an 11. Two if you're hardcore atomist. A bridge, essentially. Now, to settle on any kind of distinction, to me, is suicide. It's just an idea. I can see how it applies, how it doesn't, when it matters, when it doesn't. Something we gotta learn in life. We shouldn't hide from the danger, the opposition, the change. You should try to embrace what it is, work with it. We realize when we're doing that in life, it's generally in relation with other people who are working through their own things, so it's not really a base logic, it's arbitrary expression. And we're trying to find the middle path, the middle ground. So Venus is in focus here. The compromise which stunted or sidetracked, slowed your healing, your awareness of self, your acceptance of self, the experiences you had to digest, because the beliefs had no words, because your experiences had not yet found symbology in life with which you could identify these things within yourself. So you had to play out energetic loops and processes of your own development in life. And in that you were serving other people in a way, compromising your time, your energy, your focus, your life for others. And you may not feel the trade-off was worthwhile, but at least now you know what you gave away, the depths of what it was, and the value that is within yourself. may have lost something, someone. But tomorrow is a different day. You know, open hands, essentially. When I was young, I wanted to be a comic artist. I did some little course thing, mail-in type stuff, and it killed my desire to replicate, to limit, to constrain creativity to an idea. I couldn't. So I just quit drawing for a long time. And went on with life. Then I came back to it later with a different type of appreciation. Understanding of what I didn't realize at the time. It had just been a point of contention, some weird thing within me that there were no words for. So the only thing you really got to be doing in life is be open to your realizations about yourself. In order to do that, you have to release the bridge to the past, that which gave you strength, held you in static conviction. Absolution waiting to be reborn as a contradiction. This is Uranian energies, self-rebellion of change. It's easy when it's an event, something external, the world. When it's the self, the language is hard to read, hard to share. That's like an alienation theme. It's part of Aquarian energies as well as Sag. Well, I feel Cancer can get in there too. I mean, all energies become isolated at times. So scale here in life. I worked very hard for little pay when I was young. As I got older, more pay, less work. My scale was higher. The focus was different. Instead of the myopia of what had to be done in the here now, I learned how can I make that better. And I kept doing that. I always went for jobs that were just a little bit more advanced than where I was. I wanted to push myself. I wanted to reach if I'm going to climb. I always did the right studying, knew the right things to say, did the right work necessary. And then in the job, I would just 1000% focus. That's how you learn in life. You get into it. The steel's forged in the fire. and we get to a point where the steel no longer, the cut is no longer what you're looking for. So you have to release the steel. And this to me is the phase of the yang of yin, where you release into wu-wei, action through non-action. This is what I was born to learn, I suppose. I've been tuned to this my whole life. When I was young, it was just ironic coincidence, dumb luck, strange timing, missing tools, missing toys, missing shoes, whatever, knots, tangles. Losing what I dearly hold, losing the love over and over. It's a feeling, it's feeding a single feeling, all of it deep down. It's in deep in the solar plexus. This is the Saturn and Leo, I feel. Something handed up to me from the ancestors through human experience, through spirit. And there's some kind of gift in that. How do I approach that without this trained tool? There's no, I don't know the measurements, the metrics in this world. So how do you release all your strengths? When you get biopic, you step up, things become more mechanical. I don't like that. I realize that's not the spirit of what it is. That's the only way the mind can conceive. In a way we can communicate. I'm not saying everything above is bad or good, or out there, or whatever. But biopic, when you step up in perception, you're essentially stepping out of the senses, trying to release. And then we are sifting through the shifting imagery, sensations arising within us, loops of tension, seeking expression, where channel wants to flow through us. You step out, you just drift out and you come back. And it's like refresh. So I don't know where this little diatribe came from here, but we got an interesting arrangement here. So look at 22s over here. Pallas Athena, 22 Scorpio, 22 Sun at 22 Capricorn, and the Moon at 22 Aquarius. And of course, since I put the Earth on here, it's the polarity of the Sun. When you take that into account, focus your heart, your mind, the individual at the center. All consciousness at the center. So Pallas Athena, when she's sextile in the Sun, she's trine in the Earth. It's familial, it's easy, it's very natural. And Pallas Athena is squaring the Moon in Aquarius. Harsh aspect. There's life and there's what you do with it. This is what you do with this emotional discontention between destiny and the unknown. We're reconciling a yearning. We're trying to expel the image from canvas. Trying to feel into life through emotional flows. I mean, that's the way you can reconcile this tension. And I feel it will naturally push us into that kind of awareness. I'm starting to see some hidden logics here in the dynamics now that I just put the Earth here. Just simple symbolics, just seeing the visuals. There's a hidden in conjunction quincunx energy in the subtile as a resolution, trigger, expression, dynamic. If you're at 22 Cancer. Moon can be isolated in Aquarius. Emotions. Feelings may be alien. You may not have the language of life to put these things to form, to emotional function. You're not sure exactly what the emotion is because it hasn't come up in real life. Polarity of Aquarius to Leo, the child within, the creative expression of the self, how there's a need for union because the individual is reciprocal to another, does not want to become. And if they do want to become, it's a hard fought lesson to learn that they cannot lose themselves, essentially. Often because they can never truly find it. But it is a power, and so by embracing that kind of energy, you can more easily follow your intuitive emotional feeling flows towards certain doom, knowing transformation awaits when you're centered. You know the difference between a bad choice when you're centered and when you're uncentered. You never want to do it when you're uncentered. A wise mistake is to do it when you're centered. Of course, there may be many variables for you, so that's where this transformation in Virgo comes to Aquarius choosing. Alright, so I just kind of rambled on a bunch of different things. I don't know if any of them made sense. Some of it probably did. In any case, it's interesting times, interesting energy, and thanks for watching, listening, and being in. Take care.